You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to another episode of MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Iceman. This one is going to be kind of like the last extra one. We're just going to review and talk about the officer-involved shooting of a man named Steve Perkins. He is deceased. And the officer is Officer Mark Bailey Marquette. I believe I'm saying his last name correctly. And he has been since charged with murder. And the body cam footage was leaked. It wasn't released. Somebody leaked it. So we do have it. We're going to go over it and talk about it. So let's get the housekeeping out the way. If anybody would like a phenomenal cigar, go to mypatriotcigar.com and order you a cigar. Use MOTORCOP 15. You get 15% off of your order. They make a fantastic cigar. If you want any merch, I have a Fuck Your Feelings shirt on right here. You can go to MotorCopChronicles.com, click on the links, or you can just go to Etsy store itself. It's all on there. All kind of stuff. If you would like any extra episodes of MotorCop Chronicles, pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff, you can join the Patreon. You can also try it 7 days for free. There's $3, $5, $10 tier. You can check that out. If not, understand. I'm going to keep putting out free stuff. Times are hard. I do have some crew members like to shout out. We got Miss Kelly Meyer. We got Jared Nitrous, MotorCop for Life. Mr. William Gbo. We got Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. Yeah, go check out his products. He makes a great product. We got T-Bird. We got Hoppy Hopperson, our truck driving friend. We got Mr. Blake Walker, A.A. Ron from the I Had to Say It podcast. Mr. Z Palmer, or Roy Spalding, Roy with the S, not Roy with the P. We got our favorite girl from down under, JoJo. We got Kaylee Norris and Natasha A. from the state of Washington. Our girls over there. Appreciate y'all. Everybody help me keep the lights on. Help me pay for that overhead expense. You can order it. I don't think they're real expensive on the shop over there. 'Cause that's how I feel most of the time. Fuck your feelings. What's up, Tim? Glad you're here. Like I said, I don't know how long this one's gonna go. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes on it. I gave it to my other guys to watch also, and we're gonna have Holster on, but he wasn't gonna make it. Because sometimes me and him don't agree on everything, and we like to go back and forth. So, short synopsis of it before we get into the video. The shooting happened last year. We'll see the date in a little bit. A tow truck driver went to repo a vehicle, illegal repo, and the vehicle homeowner came out with a gun. And, of course, the repo guy left. Called the police. And I guess in this area, in Alabama, Decatur, Alabama, they'll come out and help with this sort of stuff also. Plus, he pulled a gun on somebody. So they got to investigate that anyway. And they went out and did this, and the man came back out with the gun, and he ended up getting shot. And a few months afterwards, they ended up charging the one young man with murder. And like I said, unfortunately, the other guy did die. We don't like to see anybody die. Well, most of the time we don't anyway. we're going to get into it. Let's get into it. I had pulled up other videos on like, what the family's been saying, all of this stuff like that. And I decided not to get into that right now. We're just going to talk about the incident itself, what I think about it. For the audio listeners, I know you can't read it. It says the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, at the request of the Decatur Police Chief Todd Pinion, conducted an independent investigation of a use of force incident involving officers with the Decatur Police Department. Fast forward. This is a critical incident investigation summary video pertaining to the audio and video evidence related to the use of force investigation. In the early morning hours of September 29th of 2023, Caleb Combs, a record driver for the All-Star Recovery, attempted and authorized. Now, keep that in mind, it says authorized, okay? Because the later on, it's not on here, but the family was saying that he was caught up on payments, and even if it was wrong, he had the proper paperwork to be doing it, okay? So he had the proper authorization to repossess this vehicle from Stephen Perkins at 3931 Ryan Drive in Decatur, Alabama. During the first recovery attempt, Perkins reportedly brandished a handgun at Combs, which caused Combs to abort the recovery attempt and leave the residence, which most people, when you have a gun pointed at you, don't stick around. Most people. Combs, the record driver, he called the Decatur Police Department and he reported that what Perkins had done. After filing a police report, Combs asked the Decatur Police Department officer to accompany him back to the Perkins residence for safety while he repossessed the vehicle. Following is Combs' call to the Decatur Police Department. I don't know if it's 911 or he just called dispatch. I don't know. They're all recorded regardless, like where I work at. If you can call 911, that's recorded. Or you can just call the regular phone number. It's going to be recorded also. And we'll listen to some of it. Here we go.
Central Dispatch, this is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, this is Caleb with All-Star Recovery.
Hey.
I was wondering if you could get an officer out here to our lot.
What's the address?
3920 Full Valley Road.
Okay, what was your name again?
Caleb.
And what's your phone number there?
My personal is 256-508-7058.
Okay, what's going on?
Went to try to secure a vehicle, and debtor came out of the house and pulled a gun on me.
Where did that happen?
3931 Ryan Drive.
Okay, did they fire off a shot or anything?
No, it just, I called Jack earlier, and he said that pushes the borders of civil and criminal.
Who's the debtor that pulled the gun?
The vehicle's name is under Stephen Perkins, but I don't know who the gentleman was that come out on me.
Okay, do you know what he was?
I'm assuming it's him.
Okay, did you get a look at him, what he looked like?
Yeah, he bald, like a milk chocolate color, black man.
Okay.
First time I've ever heard that term used, milk chocolate colored one. So that one's a new one for me, but it does work out well when you're trying to describe somebody.
See what he was wearing?
He come out in basketball shorts and like a white t-shirt.
Did you see what kind of gun it was?
I did not. It was dark.
I love when he asks like that. It's like, it was a black gun, and it was scary looking because it was pointed at me.
Right. Was it a handgun or a long gun?
Yeah.
A handgun. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll get somebody down to y'all shop on Pool Valley to meet with you.
All right. Thanks, ma'am.
Thanks.
All right. Says the following is Officer McDam. I don't know how I get from saying that correctly. Was being dispatched to meet.
10-4. I have a meat complaint. I'm for you.
10-4, go ahead.
going to be 3920 Pool Valley Road Southwest. Callers requesting to meet an All-Star Recovery reference. He was trying to get a vehicle on Ryan Drive, and the male stepped out and pulled a gun on him. And you can see your notes are further. 3920 Pool Valley Road Southwest.
10-4 round.
All right, they're showing pictures here of where it was located and stuff at. So, good, you know, if y'all are watching, you can see this is where Officer Marquette was, and then like I'm pointing like y'all can see, but it's you can see up here by the house the officer's positions and this other officer across the street right here. Just the following is a portion of Officer McDam's, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right now, but I guess that'll be close enough. Body-worn camera from approximately 25 seconds prior to the shooting. He's in the driveway he's across the street from the residence that where the repo was being taken place. I don't know if it's going to have any sound on it or not. You can hear the wrecker, I guess. The hydraulic thing going down.
595 Stand 3, you got one coming to the door.
All right, that's going to be the complainant. It's going to be over in this area over here. I don't know where my little pointer thing's at on here. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. There it is. Hold on. It's going to be in this area. Everything happens very fast. Now, the other two officers are right over here. Tow truck drivers, I'm assuming on this side. You're trying to hook the truck. Homeowner's going to come out the door right there. You hear him telling the tow truck driver, hey, put that down. Because he already knows what's going on because he was here earlier trying to repo it. Now, we can do this. Let me try to slow it down. Here's the homeowner. You can see this. It's like a light right there. You see this right here. If you look, this is the homeowner. This light you're looking at right here, that's the light mounted underneath the gun, underneath the barrel of the gun. So wherever this light's pointing, that's where that barrel of the gun's pointing at. Okay, it's mounted onto the frame of the gun. If you look right here underneath the tow truck, you can see the light beam coming from the gun underneath the tow truck. So he's pointing the gun in this direction at this point in time. Officer Marquette says, hey, police, get on the ground. I'm just going to let it play and then we'll back it up. All right, let's back it up and do it again. He said, hey, put my truck down. Talk to the tow truck driver. Light on the gun. Light on the gun, you see right here, it went from being under the truck, swinging at it's pointing, at this point right now, it's pointing at the tow truck driver, okay? Looks like he's getting lit up with the light also. So I'm assuming him being lit up is the officer got his gun trained on him. So his gun's pointing at the tow truck driver in a direction of the officer. Okay. He hollered, get on the ground, and his shots are fired shortly afterwards. But if you look, like I said, we're going to do it. I'm trying to do it as slow as I can here. Not the easiest thing to do. At one point, like I said, the light is shining over here at them, and at another point, the light is going to be shining over here. So to get the tow truck driver and the cop over here. So it's not right now. The gun is pointing in the direction of the tow truck driver, and it does swing around to the cop. So the gun was pointed in the upright position at the law enforcement officer and a civilian. He said, "Police, get on the ground." It looked like to me at that point, let's see. This right here, you see right here, this is the light off the barrel of his gun. He said, "Hey, get on the ground." He almost gets in a stance. Almost, I mean, it could be, I guess, let's see. It could be almost considered a firing stance if he hadn't already been hit. Gun's right here. When he hits the ground, gun's right here. Gun was pointed in that direction.
Hey, I got it. I got him covered. I got covered. I got covered.
At this point, this guy's hollering, "Drop the gun." He probably don't see the gun on the ground right here, okay? His hands are underneath him, so at this point, they don't see the gun here. They don't know if he's still holding the gun or not. Anyway, I'm not going to show the rest of it because then they still may do it because of this, but it shows some blood and stuff, and once it shows that, they're going to age restrict it and possibly take it off. So we're not going to show that part. On Rumble, it don't matter. But anyway, they mail down, they start, calling for the proper people. I don't know how many times he was hit. He was hit several times. He ended up, I think, dying at the hospital or whatever. But we're not, like I said, we're not going to show the blood part on that one. Let me see what the other video is going to show. All right, this is Officer Marquette's, his part of the body-worn camera. This is the, I guess, one that did the shooting because he's the only one that got charged. Okay. He's here. Tow truck's pulling up. The other officer's across the street. So we heard that earlier. That's the thing going down underneath the tire. There. When he comes out, "Hey, put my truck down." Officer Marquette unholsters his weapon. Hey! Comes up, ready gun.
Please get on the ground.
Hollers, "Please get on the ground." Fired shots.
573 shots fired. Shots fired.
Drop the gun. Drop the gun. All right, drop the gun. I got covered.
Let's say everything happens very, very fast. Let's go back to the other one. To me, it's easier to see what was going on. Go back to the shooting part.
I got.
Like I said, right. You can see when he comes out. Like I said, that the gun there is pointed at the truck, and then it's still pointing. It's moving. It comes over. So, all right, we saw that. To me, it's obvious the gun was pointed at law enforcement and a civilian at some point. Okay, so they charged Marquette with murder. first of all, murder, you have to have intent. So he had to be intentionally going to this man's house to kill him, which to me, that's not even in the scope. I don't have to, as law enforcement, you don't have to wait to be shot at. So, I mean, if somebody's pointing a gun at you, you have the right to shoot at them. So in that part, yeah, he had every right to shoot at the man. Now, my only question is, and I know he wasn't senior officer on the scene because I read some stuff where I think they had a sergeant there because he made a comment. You know, he had one prior discipline before that because they want to dig everything up on you since you were come out of your mom's womb. And, you know, every time you picked your nose or shit in your diaper, they want to put that against you. I think he had one discipline before. All right. If you go through your whole career as law enforcement and don't have any complaints or any discipline on you, you didn't do your job. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, first of all, a lot of them are saying, oh, well, they ambushed him. I mean, I don't believe they ambushed him. The only thing I do have a question on with which, like I said, I don't like the backseat driver, you know, Monday morning quarterback on these guys. But my thing is, I was a sergeant. The guy already, he's on high alert because he knows the repo guy's been there once. Okay, we know the guy's got a gun. I don't understand why the officers didn't go there ahead of time and knock on the door. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I mean, to me, personally, I was like, well, let's go knock and talk. Let's do a knock and talk on this guy. He comes to the door and say, look, man, repo's guy's got to come. He's got the proper paperwork. Man, my shit's up to date, blah, blah. I understand. It's not up to me. He has proper work. Let him do it. If everything is copacetic and everything is good, they'll bring you your car back. Okay? They'll bring your car back to you. But you can't come out here pulling guns and stuff on people like that. I don't understand why they didn't do a knock and talk. I wasn't there. I don't know why. I think they put themselves in defensive position. So if the guy came back out with a gun, they wasn't just out in the open where they could get shot. But I don't think they ambushed them. They didn't know the man was going to come out with a gun again. Okay, so that's my only thing. I would like to know why they didn't do a knock and talk. But the man, if somebody points a gun at you, if I'm working, somebody points a gun at me, he had every right to me to shoot him. And I can also say, this Steve Perkins guy, he already knew it was a repo guy. He knew the repo man ain't going to shoot at you. He already knew what was going on. Why did he come out with a gun? Because you trying to intimidate and scare the man? Because you knew what was going on. You knew what was going on. You knew because the man had already been there once. So you knew what was going on. So why did you come out with a gun? So it's just not all on, the older cops ambushing. No. You pointed a gun at the cops. You came out with a gun in your hand. You knew what was going on. So do I think he should be charged with murder? No. I think, and it's like, everybody does say, it's a grand jury indictment. I was married to an ADA, an assistant district attorney who was a felony prosecutor, and I know how grand juries work. If the DA wants somebody prosecuted, they'll come back with a true bill. If they don't, they'll come back with a no true bill. Trust me. I know how it works. When they say you can get a ham sandwich indicted, they're not lying. It's true. If the district attorney wants an indictment, they'll get an indictment. So I don't care. Grand jury. I don't care. To me, grand jury is a farce. It's a joke. That's what a grand jury is. So at least the man, they charged him with murder. Like I said, it's not murder. You have to have intent to murder somebody. I have to physically go there with the intent to kill you. I mean, though, to me, if they're going to charge him with something, it would have been manslaughter and negligent. But murder, come on. I think it was a clean shoot. A gun was pointed in his direction, probably with a stinger light mounted to the frame of it, which are extremely bright. So all this cop knew is he had a gun. He had a pistol pointed in his direction with a light blinding him. Am I supposed to wait to hear a pop or feel the burning sensation of a bullet going through me? No. Like I said, my main thing is I just like no, I didn't do a knock and talk, and I'm sure maybe it'll come out in court. I don't know. So hopefully, I don't think this man deserves no prison time or nothing like that. And then all the officers were fired, not by a police chief, but by the mayor for policy violations. I spent over an hour. I spent probably almost 2 hours doing everything I could on the internet, searching every which way I knew how. I cannot find what policies they violated. Why don't they put out all right, fires people over policy violation. What policies did they violate? What did they violate? Why did the mayor fire him and the police chief didn't fire him? I think they charged this young man with this charge. The district attorney and the mayor did, trying to use this boy as a scapegoat because the community was out shutting roads down and protesting, yada, yada, yada. And they needed somebody to throw under the bus, and there he was. So I think it was a clean shoot. Like I said, I have questions on why certain things wasn't done a certain way. It don't change the fact that they had a gun pointed at him. I don't have to wait to get shot at to shoot you. And Mr. Perkins knew what was going on. He knew it was a repo man. There was no reason to come outside with a gun with your light on and pointing it in direction of people. I think he was probably trying to intimidate him and make him run off again like he did last time. Well, it didn't work out that way, unfortunately. But you don't point a gun at somebody unless you intend to kill them. So, some people may say, why did he keep shooting? Why did he mag dump? That can just be adrenaline. We're trained a lot of times, we shoot till the threat stops moving, stuff like that. I guarantee he wasn't counting his rounds. Okay, so I don't think this young man should be charged. At least he is out on bond. He bonded on a $30,000 bond. So that's my opinion. Yeah, Tim says the gun was pointing in the direction of the cop and stuff. Jim says it's self-defense. And Kelly says she's here. She was at urgent care with her cat. 2.5 hours. Hope your cat's okay. Vets are expensive, too. Got to bring Duke in and get his nails trimmed and stuff. But that's going to be it on this one. Like I said, I don't think this young man should have been charged with murder. I think he's the scapegoat. Of course, there's federal lawsuits being filed now, and it's all about money and all. It's the same old horse shit. The man came outside with a gun and he pointed it at people. Oh, he was on his own property. Well, that's fine and dandy, but he knew what was going on because the repo man had already been there. So you can't use that excuse. Well, he thought somebody was trying to steal his vehicle. No, he didn't. He knows because the repo man had been there previous, and he pulled a gun on him then. Even if they say we got the truck back because it was even if it was a screw up, let them take it and then get it fixed later. Plain and simple. So that's my opinion. Like it or not like it. There is a website for, let's see, I think I had it on here. And there is a website for Officer Marquette to help him with his legal bills, of course, because that's mounting when you are fighting a murder charge. It's called Backup Mark. Yeah, Backup Mac. I'm sorry, Backup Mac. And you can go on there and donate any money if you want to. I'll put it in the description below also when I put this one out. Like I said, I don't think this young man ought to be going to prison, especially for a murder. That when it's not even murder. Like I said, it's another witch hunt on the cop. So nobody's asking questions of why did he come outside with a gun? Why did he point the gun at people? I mean, he's pointing the gun at people and don't even know, all that other stuff. But like I said, I want to know. To me, they just should have done a knock and talk. But I don't know what their policy and procedures are because I can't find out what policies they violated. Somebody knows, please let me know because I don't know. Can't find it. Upstairs says, well, call up and ask. I'm like, they ain't going to say nothing. They're going to say they can't make any comments on ongoing investigation. You know that. So, other than that, everybody stay safe. That's my opinion. We'll definitely be back Wednesday. I don't know if Freebird will be here, Box will be here. Me and Holster will be here Wednesday for sure. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow. I don't know, depending on the weather. And everybody stay safe. Watch your back, watch your partner's back, and got to watch everybody else too, obviously, out there now. Remember, we are not sheepdogs, we're lions.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until